Alright, back here with the Briggs and Stratton twin cylinder engine project. In the last video I finally got the crankshaft loose from the old block. Started rebuilding the new block, and when I got this loose I already knew I was going to have to clean up this metal that's burnt on there. This is polished steel, hardened. All these surfaces are hardened, especially this one. And what happened is when it got low on oil, some of the aluminum from the connecting rod burned onto there, and now you can feel it and you can see it. So what I've heard is that lye is a good thing to take that off with. You can see the color difference from this side to that side. So I've got some lye. Muriatic acid works. This is going to be a new process to me. In the past I've just used a really fine sandpaper, emery cloth, gone across it, gone around it, and that's worked. But this way you're sure to not remove any metal at all to resize the bearing or anything. Resize the journals, I guess you'd call it. And it's supposed to only take off the aluminum and not the steel. So muriatic acid, I guess it'll corrode every last bit that you don't protect, and I know it works fast. I have no experience with lye, so follow along and let's see how this works. Alright, so lye is really a drain opener. It says here it is made out of sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, lye, cast number 1310-73-2. I'm going to first wet the cloth, and then I'm going to try and see if I can wrap it around there. I got to get the chemical on there too, of course. I don't want to pre-mix the chemical, because I know it'll eat the cloth, not immediately, but I know it'll eat that cloth. So maybe I'm going to try to put it right on the piece. I don't know. Oh, it comes out fast. That's for sure. And it says don't use hot water. Should wear gloves, should wear all that stuff. Didn't get it on your skin, just did that. Guess it's just a matter of waiting now. Call me impatient, but I just have to add a little more. Alright, while I'm letting the crankshaft get the aluminum melted off it chemically, I'm going to reassemble just a few things on this. The good question is, which way does all this stuff face now that I've taken it off and waited a week or two here? That'll be the next question. Possibly I'll have to revert back to some of the other videos unless I can find some evidence of, I mean, that makes sense alongside there. That wouldn't make sense. Sometimes you could look how the wires are like to hang. That wouldn't really make sense. That would also make sense. I'm going to say it's that way because that wire likes to sit just so. There's only 4 ways it can go. Also to the front it likes to sit that way too. I don't think it was that way. Okay, by looking at the other block, I see an area right there that is rubbed from something, and it just so happens to line up to the exact place where that wire goes. The wire goes behind this little nub and down the side. So I'm going to match that to the new one. Behind that little nub, down the side. Always run them the same way the factory did, because then I won't get into trouble with heat or abrasion or some other being too short, whatever. And I'm being a little ginger on those because they're just into aluminum. Good. Okay, the coil I'm going to wait on. That's all oriented the way it was with the piece. I remember now. I wasn't going to take that off of the oh no, never mind. Yeah, what I was starting to say was the coil, it was already run through a zip tie there, and can you see that back there? Yeah. I'm not going to disturb that because the left one, the right one's the right one. They're all oriented, so I'm going to leave that as it was. Those really don't need to be on there right now anyway. For putting the crank back in, the pistons, everything, I don't need all that up here anyway. So again, while I'm waiting on the crankshaft, let's do something else. Get some of this old carb in and get these gaskets cleaned up here. And man, is that soft aluminum. Holy cow. Unbelievable. There is a coating on those gaskets. It feels like Teflon, and that's kind of what I'm just trying to work off the surface here gently. It's like a little bit slidey, a little bit smooth. I don't know what you want to call that. These valves, I have no reason to believe there's anything wrong with them. They don't, you know, I think it was running fine before the oil ran out. They don't spin easily, which means, you know, they're have reasonably good valve tension, and maybe the seats. But I am going to lap them slightly. No reason to replace the valves and all that. This is just a nylon scraper. It's a pry bar for auto body use. You can find those online. What's nice is it doesn't gouge it no matter what you do. You can get aggressive and nothing will happen. we don't need to get this down to pure silver. We just want the main stuff off, so if some piece gets stuck under the valve or something, it won't hang us up. Got the other head here. Get this one centered up a little better so you can see what I'm talking about. This one definitely has more crud on it for whatever reason. Give it the same treatment with the just get all that carbon out of there, and if the carbon gets loose again, it could be abrasive if it was to get up under the rings or anything. So we'll just get as much of that out of there as we can. And then our gasket surface, we can see some of it's left behind here. Or is the whole thing still on there? The whole thing's still on there. Hold on. There we go. Now some is left behind. Okay, I've had this sitting for, I don't know, about a half hour. Let's take the thing off. And yes, if you look down, I don't know if you can see the color change on the rag there, but there is definitely aluminum colored pigment coming off. Oh, that's good. I want to try to rub this all, but I don't want it to get it on my hands. Oh yeah, we've got about half of that off. I'd say about over half of it's gone already. And maybe with a little rubbing, I could get the other half right now. I'm going to go get a rag without lye on it and see if I can rub it and how it comes out. Get your zoom back out a little there. Oh yeah, this backside's still got a ways to go. You can see the color difference there quite a bit. Looks like it got this part pretty good. Yeah, the bottom, real bad yet, so it's going to take a while. I'm going to rewrap it and put some more lye on there. Alright, next day I left the rag on there all night, which is apparently too long because now I've created some corrosion. I think it's just surface. It probably looks a lot worse than it is. I don't want to really touch it, but it doesn't look like it's pitted. I think it's just discolored. So let me wash it and let's see where we are with this. Yeah, it's just discoloration. Thankfully. It was a little scary when I first saw it. That rusty look made it look like it was ruined. Didn't want it to be ruined. Alright, I'm going to get some Scotch-Brite, see if I can polish that up a little bit. Oh yeah, it's cleaning right up. Bring you back, I'll polish it up some more. Bring you back. Alright, got it all dried off. Ran through it with some purple or brown Scotch-Brite, and it turned out fantastic. Just the lightest bit of staining still there, but no more aluminum on there. Nicely the same size and diameter it was intended from the factory, and reusable again, so it turned out real nice. So on this one, to get rid of just that little bit of staining that's on there and just make it look extra good, I'm going to use some 400. That's what I've got. Probably 800 would be more appropriate, but you use what you got. Just in case there was any high spot at all, I'm just going one way then the other. And you'd be hard pressed to take off any real steel with that. Just only if there was aluminum left, that's what I'm going for. Yeah, that looks real nice. Beautiful. I'm going with it.